What's good, y'all? So, I'm gonna start a little series, and the basis of it is just gonna be me talking about some crazy ideas that I know that only I want, okay? Now, go ahead and get past this real quick. One thing that I think a lot of YouTubers can be a lot more honest about, but aren't, are the fact that some ideas that they bring to the table is not a collective like thought. Not everybody wants that. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff you could be thinking of, it might be like obvious for you, but no one else wants. As good as it might seem, so that's why I'm coming forth and I'm being like, hey, even though nobody wants it, I'm still gonna sit here and say this is something I want. So, uh, today I'm gonna just be talking about ranked in cosmetics. You feel me? So, for ranked in cosmetics, an honorable mention because everybody's been asking about this since UFC 4 is free ranked Q. Um, they try to have a ranked Q to promote the UFC, and it's pretty clear that that's the case, and that's why they're doing it. You feel me? They want, they basically are trying to like shove like, the women's fighters and all those fighters alike, down our throats. And from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, I've done little ranked runs. They have not made me want to watch, play as, or anything like women's fighters. I'm in several, you know, um, esports leagues, some of the highest ones in the communities, and none of them involve the women's fighters. Now, a better thing to do if you would like for more people to use women's fighters is to add in fighter uniqueness as Martial Mind, Prox, as everyone has been asking for, Romero. If you add fighter uniqueness and make things that only certain women's fighter can do, that will maybe make people more willing to use those fighters. Okay? Like they have some of those things, but they just need to add more. Okay? If they really want that to be a thing now. Just give us free rank queued and fix your game, and then people will probably want to, play more women's fighters. And if you make a game to where people are really enjoying the women's fighters, the selection they have, they'll be more likely to watch. I know a lot of people who are fans of fighters just because they play with them in the game. Like a lot of people, that's the case. So, yeah, that's what I'll say. Now, for my personal list of things that I really want that no one else cares about. First one is being a ranked only reward system for cosmetics, which means that if I hit from divisions like 10 to 14, 15 to 19, Div 20, top 100, and number one, between those areas, I should have a short selection, okay? Which means that, let me give you an example of probably what that would look like. And it goes into another idea that I have that I think would be great for people who like cosmetics and uniqueness, okay? What that would be is, let's say you're in your fighter selects screen. I'll go to fight now so you can see it. In that said screen, there should be options in shorts that should only be available. Once I get here, you see champion white, boo, 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 all this. There should be an option maybe at the bottom to where you go to a different select. Okay. And from that, you have different shorts that you get from ranked. They'll be locked unless you have completed, that said thing. Now, I think this would be great because it gives people a reason to play ranked. As people do love uniqueness, they love saying that they have something someone else doesn't. You know what I mean? All that. It will give people a reason to, grind at least the first season or whichever season. And if you want people to constantly play the game, just make it reset. You know, you can make it reset. Like once it's a new season, unless you do that, unless you hit that top 100 after 10 days, you don't get the shorts anymore. Make it reset. Okay. Make the number one shorts reset unless you have it. You know what I mean? And that will give people a reason to play ranked. And make this only for MMA OWC. Do not make this available for calf ranked, because then you're just going to have a bunch of people farming. And what this honestly will do as well is going to bring a lot of the ranked cheese, a lot of the ranked stuff that needs to be patched to light, because you have a lot of people who are in the top 100. When you talk about a skill base, that should not be. Okay? It's not a disrespect thing, like, oh, they're not good enough. They use exploits, cheese, all that to get there. And this is something that if you want people to really care about and honor a good rank system, give them awards like that. You know, you have small things that you can get in games like Marvel Rivals, to where you have, like, you know, you get like a Lord picture or something crazy like that, all that. There should be unique rewards that you get. Okay, and since, you know, you just have a bunch of fighters and you kind of just swap out the shorts and names with each one, this is something that's very possible in my opinion. Okay, so that's my first thing. It's a ranked only reward system, so rewards you can only get by leveling up in ranked MMA OWC. Alright, this is for the tryhards, and this will give your top players that only like to play esports, that only like to play, this will give them a reason to play your game instead of only playing spars and esports, and keep some of your best players on the game. Okay, generational fight short packs, or another option. Okay, so if I go to Leon Edwards, for example, as you can see here, he has, you know, his UFC 278 shorts, has his custom shorts, he has these active shorts, which are regular. Ignore the fact that EA hasn't even updated to the most recent version, you know, of the Venom shorts. Ignore the fact that they haven't even done that. No one even talks about that, but that's another problem in itself, and that shows you that we're in the end of the game cycle. But, you know, if we had, like, I'll go to active. If it was just the option for active fighters, okay? We go to active fighters, and if we had, like I said, a drag down or something, or another option to click that said, you know, this era, you know what I'm saying? Like 2000 to this, you know, like 1990 to this, 2000 to this era, you know? And it was a custom pack, whether you had to buy it, you know, with coins or buy it with EA points. I'll tell you this much. I know some people that like certain shorts over others. Some people that are older that cherish, you know, those moments and just love those shorts. You know, that is something. EA loves money. If you want money, if you want my money, put that in the game. Because I would definitely 100% invest in having, okay, you have this generation, you have the Reebok. They can't call it Reebok, obviously, but you have the Reebok generation, to where, you know, they look like the solid. You know what I'm saying? Look to them. If you had this as an option, or if you want to be lazy, as EA often is, make arenas, 2, 3 arenas that change the look of your shorts automatically as they do with others. So, for example, if you have like a UFC, let me see, if you had like a UFC 266 arena, you know what I'm saying, that honors, you know, this fight, and everybody has to have, you know, this version of the shorts, of the, you know, the Venom shorts, that would be dope as well. If you want to take the lazy route, which they probably would if they tried to implement it, but if you want money, as I know you all do, if you want money, give us shorts packs that honor like different generations, and that would be absolutely awesome in my opinion. Okay. um So going on to the next thing that I'll say, there's a huge problem in ranked to where people, will kind of do one season and dip. Okay, they'll get top 100. They'll get Division 20 one time, and they'll just like, yeah, whatever. Glad I finished that. I'm good. What you have to understand is there's no way that you can like this badge, this Division 20 badge in UFC 5 compared to 4 means nothing to the ones that we've gotten in the past. Means absolutely nothing. Okay? And the reason that is because you only have one. So that means you could have gotten this Division 20 badge when the game was broken. You know what I'm saying? This badge, as it is right now, holds absolutely no weight. So what you could do, okay, is that you can do what you all used to do. Okay, take out, if you want less work, because I know EA is probably worried about, oh, how much work it puts in. Take out 19, 18, 17, 15, 10. Take all these, take all these out. Take all these out, okay? And you can just do 20, 15, 10, okay? Something like that. Or do what you did before. Bring it back to the UFC 4 system to where you got it, like, there were like 3 different types that you can get a season. Just go back there. What you're doing here with the 19, 18, 17, 16, all these hold no weights, because anybody can load up the game at midnight and just get lucky that a good player, like nobody good, was playing that day. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not intentional. Some people just have good runs because no one good is on that day. Okay? If you had a thing to where people would have to get those division badges over and over, okay, that would mean something more than whatever, they have going on here. This is like the worst badge system. I can't believe I'm saying I like something from UFC 4 more than 5, but yeah. So, all right, so here we go. Okay, so my next thing, and this is for calves, and first I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna say first is, and this is really why I made this video, due to how terribly UFC has been doing the vanity and the UFC shorts. Nobody will agree with this, and that's fine. Okay. Part of the reason they won't agree with it is because the options you have in store. You're trying to make this a mature game, but you have a skeleton outfit. I'm not saying that grown men can't be creative, all this, but what's the purpose of this? You're wasting time, effort by even incorporating or having this, And these are all vanity items from like UFC 4, a lot of them, You're wasting a bunch of time by leaving stuff like this in game. Okay? I think stuff like this, and I might be biased because I like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really the craziest thing I'll get. It's the Kung Fu Gis. But the thing about that, it has to do with martial arts. Okay, like chains and all this stupid shit. A bear mask. Maybe I get the bear mask because of Habib or something. But like, no, there's no reason to have all this. If you take that out the game, fighters will not miss it. Players in the game will not miss that shit. They'll be able to move on. That's not a level up by having that crazy shit in the game. Okay? So, what I say is replace stuff like, and I'll go to my, custom fighter screen to show you all the examples of the stuff that I think should be taken out. Okay? And if you're somebody who likes stuff like that, Don't take offense to what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that, you know, it's not needed for the things that, would probably be better. Now, hats, no reason to be in the game. All these different masks, I got a lot of these just from like leveling up and stuff. I don't know if I've even like really bought any of these. I just kind of got them just because playing, and I barely play ranked and stuff. You know, if you want to do something, why is it that we have more neck, neck gear, more face gear, more head gear than custom mouth guards? You know, if anything should be getting like dripped out and we should get a bunch of it. We should be getting more mouth guards. You know what I'm saying? We should be getting, more gloves that make sense. I guess I understand the wraps, you know what I'm saying? I suppose. But um all that aside, yeah, just take these out of the game, and what that brings to me, and also the tops too, same shit. Like, I guess you can keep the long sleeves and the short sleeves, but like I guess you can count this to like a graphic tee, whatever. But like some of these crazy ones where like they're graphic and they're moving, like why is that even in the game? Okay, why is this in the game? You have like a select 100 people who really want this in the game. Okay, that's it. You have all this shit, you know. I always get the Kung Fu tops. I think they're cool. She got like a safety vest. You know what I'm saying? All this shit. And then you just have two options for like the UFC stuff. Even though over the years there's been a bunch of different types of gears. That's what I'm saying. So once again, there. So with that, take out the graphics. Take out the graphics. If you want people to take your game, if you want the ranked players, honestly, in my opinion, to come over and like play, I think like play Cavs more and all that, you have to, like, stuff like this is not gonna make, a lot of players take, Cavs seriously, and it's for the amount of people that I see actually wanting to buy this, I don't see a reason why it should be there. You know? Like, yeah, no. So I say take all the extra out of the game and instead replace it with stuff that is tied to MMA. So what are those things? You got different, like, I don't know what they call it in Muay Thai, but they have like the armbands and all that. Stuff like that. Bring that to the game. Okay? Headgear. Talking like actual boxing headgear would be cool to have in the game. Okay, different types of boxing headgears. All right. I think that would be really cool just to have within the game. Having like if you want to have like different gis, have different jujitsu gis. You know what I'm saying? Different jujitsu gis would be great in the game to have. You're not going to lose a following if you take these things out of the game and stop wasting your time. I know a lot of it is easy to put back. Like EA does this thing to where they uh they try to make the illusion that they're constantly updating the game by adding back old stuff. Like most of the vanity items that they call new have already been there, you know? And it's just random. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I'll say. Now, for my final point, because I don't want this to be a crazy, crazy long video. This is like a big one that I know a lot of people probably won't like. But if you hear me out to this extent, you'll start to understand what I mean. Okay. Give us the option. Not the compressions, not the t-shirts. Give us the option to put custom board shorts, Vale Tudo, and Muay Thai. maybe boxing and gladiator, maybe, depending on how you are feeling. But Muay Thai, Vale Tudo, and board shorts, let us put those on our regular and real fighters. I know that sounds crazy because of the options that they're like, as I'm on the screen with this vibe, like crazy shit there. Trust me when I say, if you do that, just because of how I know how the community likes to act, how they think, they love having things that are unique. For some of these, if you want it to be unique, just take the names off of them. Like for some of them, what's one that they took the name off of? Like this. They took the name off of this one, so like any of the calves can have them. Just take the name off, you know. But let us put these on our regular fighters. Like I said, with the custom fight packs, okay, have another option, have maybe two different slots to where you have like, or maybe three, custom one, custom two, custom three, to where you might have custom shorts, like shorts to your liking that you bought in the store and that you can put on your fighter. And just see how much more people are going to buy those stuff that you see. Okay? How much people are going to maybe grind rank to get that stuff. Because there's some good options in here. I'm not going to lie. Like, I love these camos. I'm saying if we had some of these sick camos, maybe without the Henderson, I could put it on Connor or something. That'd be dope. But you have to, I feel like doing this, having this custom aspect and doing it would be good. And I think it's something that also wouldn't pull, fighters out of the in-game immersion. I don't really see any negatives with this. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think it would just be kind of fun and because you'd have now you would see like a bunch of stuff. Like you might see, what's some funny stuff? You might see some shit with like Diego Lopez with like the OG champion shorts. You know what I'm saying? No, and he was never. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. I said Diego Lopez, Diego Sanchez. You see a lot of different stuff, but stuff like this, man. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, no. Let's. If we want shorts like this, I get it. This is cool. This is dope. Take the name off. Like stuff like that. Like this, I get all those. But give us the option. And I promise, like this is something I would invest in. I feel like a lot of players would invest in just so they can feel unique. Like if Nas had like some special shorts, you know what I'm saying? Nas went select shorts every time. Or Marshall Mine went select shorts. You have all these vanity items that you're just pouring out in the store that you're not receiving profit on. I know you're not because I'm a Cav player. I've seen Cav players. They're not buying this stuff. You can't convince me otherwise. I mean, it's supposed to be, I think, what is it rated? What is this game rated? I don't know. I forgot what this game was rated, but it's not a kid's game. Okay? It's not. So why make this feel the need as if you need to keep that stuff in the game? Okay, but last thing being, and I'm a little bit more understanding with this one because they would have to remodel the game and all that. Boxing arenas and Pride arenas, at least having those different arenas in the game, that would be a bit harder because you're going from an octagon to a square. And I believe just how everything moves would probably look a lot different. As far as the barriers go, there'd probably be a lot of glitches and stuff. So I'm a little bit more understanding on that. I know other people like, oh, just add it, it's not hard. I kind of have an idea that would probably bring out a lot of glitches, so I understand that. But, yeah, those are my biggest things that I think would help, UFC, I don't think I named anything that's like too selfish. I think all these things will help. Because EA has always been about bringing revenue. Okay, as you can see with this store, like there's not a single thing. All right, bro. There's not a there's not a single thing in this store. Like I know that you all have sales. Like you can see sales. You know, I'll be honest. They had that in the store. I would have bought that. I like the custom like uh martial arts gi. I think those are cool. You know, but most of this stuff, man, is not needed, and they're kind of just recycling it because you know they already have it in the game. It's a lot of this is UFC 4 stuff. So you know, take your time to make stuff like that. You have a boxing glove. You have a boxing. Let me show you. You have a boxing glove model in the game. This is another point. You can actually do this right now, probably. They could if they wanted to. I know this isn't boxing. However, right here, you have a boxing glove right there. You have a good boxing glove model in the game that you can let us put on our calves, or at the least put it on, for example, this Alex. All right, put it on that Alex. Put it on Origins Adesanya. Put it on Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. Put it on them. You know what I'm saying? Did a good job with the textures. Let's take that same texture, just put it on those gloves. Okay, I know it's an MMA game. As soon as you introduce that glove right there, I'm like, why didn't you do that with the other ones? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'll say. And maybe, I think it's a big possibility, honestly, with the UFC making a boxing promotion, okay, with Turkey, right? With them making a boxing promotion, I think it's very possible that we might get featured boxers from that promotion in UFC, as well as not just UFC, and just like we just get like more like appreciation for boxing and stuff, maybe in UFC 6. Okay. UFC 5. And I feel like EA knows it. They have the best boxing system that we have right now. Okay? When you talk about straight up hands, best boxing system. All right? So, with that, with having the best boxing system, just give us little stuff like that, okay? But that's all for the video. It was a huge yap session. You know, that's all it was supposed to be. You know, and this is just me. Like the reason why it's titled that is because I don't really think many people have came up talked about some of this stuff, you know, or wanted this, or maybe see the value. But we need something new and fresh for UFC 6. Okay, something that when I sit down, it's a new game. I have new rewards. If I had to get top 100 every season to get certain shorts, I'd do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might dread it, but I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lot more likely to do it than I do it now. I have no reason right now to play ranked. Have div 20 badges. I don't care about having my name on the you know the top 100 list. Really, like that's not enough of a reward for some people. You know what I mean? Like me included. Like some people like, oh yeah, I hit top 100 like you know, like a year ago. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And that's enough for some people, which is fine. The game was in a totally different state, though, but that's fine. You have to do things that make people feel unique in the moment as well, you know? So, yeah, that's all I'll say. Yeah, that's all. That's the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and have a great day.